it's freedom as well. I am a struggling artist. Look, I've been struggling artist for too damn long, but it takes time, goddamn it. But no, but what truly makes me happy is not having to work for any fucking one. Okay, like when I say I have my own time. When I say I have my own time to literally, like I did have a job, a 9 to 5, and all of that. Everybody did, you know, but. That's not what makes me happy. And ultimately, I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Period. Point blank and the period. So what's more? Oh, this was a good one for me. I felt like, and this is important for you all to be transparent and be honest. Goddamn it. It says, what's more important, money and stability or chasing your dreams? Well, my answer is easy. It's always going. It's chasing my dreams, right? Because I said I'm a struggling artist, and I feel like this is like temporary brokenness. Like a struggling artist. That's a thing. It's not just like a cliche. It's a real thing because people who have that hustle in them, they get. You say you don't believe in that? Oh, that's cool. Oh, let me hear what. Oh, yeah, I want to hear. What do you have to? Well, I just wanted to say that. I say that because it was something that I'm gonna touch on a little bit later because I feel like when people who look for stability and money first, they have a hard time being uncomfortable when that money doesn't come in. Oh. However, when you are chasing your dreams, there are going to be times when that money don't come in. Mm-hmm. So does that mean that you're going to quit or you're going to toughen that shit out? Most people quit. That's why only a fraction of people are successful. I don't mind being temporarily broke because when I make the real money, certain people who had a problem with being uncomfortable temporarily broke are still going to be working for that stability and that 9 to 5, 10 years from now when I'm now stacking my coin because I was temporarily broke and solely focused on my passion. But Lauren said that's bullshit. What you got to say, Lauren?
I'm not saying it's bullshit. I'm just saying for me personally, I think there's too many opportunities out here nowadays. Like it's so many things that you can do and you can make money some type of way. I just don't believe in being a starving artist. Like I just don't think that you have to be that. I mean, and some people can and some people are comfortable. I know for me personally, like I don't do well not knowing where my next check is going to come from. Like I personally can't handle that. Like some people have that type of, you know, like for them money is a thing, but it's like it's not the end of the day for them. For me, that's something that I don't do well with. Like I have to know what's going to be my I have to know. Like, and it may not, you know, I've been in situations for a while where, you know, I was living paycheck to paycheck and it was quite uncomfortable and, you know, I may not have been able to cover all my bills. That was super uncomfortable and super stressful for me. And I know for me, that's just one of the things that I just don't operate well with.
And that's
so I would say, yeah, in 2019, in 2019, money and stability is what's more important to me because of my dynamic of my family, the position that I'm in. I have 2 small children. Like, that's what's most important to me.
Well, let's say not 2019. Let's say in fuck the year. Let's say
I was saying my younger self.
Know yourself right now.
Well, yeah, 2019. That's still my. And perhaps like it. And again, like you know my personal situation. Everybody at the table doesn't know my personal situation. So in 2020, things may shift because my partner. He'll be in a different place financially, and then I'll be able to focus if I choose to. Yeah, I'm making a sacrifice right now. Yeah, I'm making a sacrifice to put whatever. And again, I don't necessarily even know what that is for me right now. My passions and all of that. Like I have things that I'm passionate about, but I'm not.
Well, that's over
it's
here.
also not something that some of them I'm not willing to make them a priority because they're not gonna be lucrative, and I'm in a place where it's like right now it's gotta be I don't want to say instant gratification, but it has to be something where I can get some type of instant benefit from, like because I don't have that kind of time to be putting into things that are not gonna sustain to a certain degree.
Okay, and it's so and that's great, right? And I love and I disagree with it wholeheartedly, but I'm glad that you said that because no, but that's what this is all about. That's why that's my bitch. But and that's why and I'm okay with that because and I feel like the more time you focus on these 9 to 5s or what's the right now, and that's why so many people don't get to chase their dreams. And that's why the question was the way that it was because I'm not talking about in 2019. I'm not talking about a year from now. I'm not talking about your situation because with me, regardless of what's going on in my life, yes, I may say, okay, the studio might be closed right now, but there's not a day that goes by that I'm not working on something that's relative to my business or a future project. So that's good that you say that, because I want y'all to be able to open your mind to a point where it's like, and my little big brother Terrell, he said, hey, you got to make sure, I mean, I was already doing this, but it was good reinforcement. It's like, you got to make sure every day you do at least 3 things relative to your business. That could be researching how much something costs. That could be anything, but that's not allowing it to fall by the wayside just because your everyday life has now come up. You know what I mean? So it's like, with all that, Lauren moved to New York for acting. She had a neck, all of these, but I still talk to her. I be like, Lauren, when you gonna act? Because dreams don't disappear for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if in your situation, that's what it is, because I'm struggling just the same. I got 2 kids, all of those things, but every day I'm still working at my business and my passion, so we can't. So when that is time to pick up, you're not starting from scratch.
You're right, but you're right. You're right, and that's
time waits for no man.
You're right, and I think a part of it too is I think a part of it too is in my mind. Sometimes I think, oh, I can act any day. Like, I feel like acting is not something for me that's ever gonna go away. Like, if I choose to pick up, I can do that. Like, I know how to get into things, and yes, times have changed. Everything is social media. Like, there's a different feel, but like, I'm still connected to people that are still in that industry. I'm still connected to people that write and direct, and you know what I'm saying. So like, if I wanted to put the time into it, then I could. But like right now, I don't want to put time into sitting in some rehearsal.
But let me tell you what's going to happen when you wait till later to do that, because you are starting from scratch, and everybody knows. That's why I say struggling artists and real hustlers understand that shit don't happen overnight. It's, you got the Oprah Winfrey, she ain't become Oprah and Auntie Oprah until she was what age? Amari Harvard. So it's like they have stories that they told, so you got to start your story right the fuck now.
See, and so back then, that's what I'm saying. In 2019, 2009, 2011, I used to be I wanted to be on somebody's TV show. I wanted to be famous. I don't want to fucking be famous.
Well, we can take the ad.
And then at the same time, like, if I'm gonna do that, like, for me, being successful at it is a certain measure. Like, it's not just doing community theater, and no shade to that.
No, that's real shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no shade to that. Like, there are some true artists out here that are just local, and you know that fulfills them and that makes them happy. But
if you want to do it, you try and be.
That's what I'm saying. Or at some point in one day, it might just be like you said. It might just be a fucking hobby, and I'm okay with that.
And that's fine too. And all of that is fine. But what the main thing is, y'all have to act on it. That's the whole thing. I don't care if you're doing it for money. I don't care what the reason is. Don't raise your hand if you don't talk. I cut you off.
Notioning that she wants to speak next.
but it's just all about getting out of our comfort zone and acting on that shit. It don't matter why you want to do it. Don't say, well, I can't see. That's like a New Year's resolution. That's stupid shit. That irritates me, because why you not starting last week? Or why you not starting tomorrow? Why the fuck are you waiting for January 1st? As if January 1st ain't gonna turn into March 31st tomorrow. Yeah. So it's like, why wait? So what you want to say?
Yes. So for me, I'm about to say mental health. Thank you, Laura. Okay. Money and stability to me are more important than chasing your dreams. Yes. So, but listen, what I've learned, because like my passion, I really enjoy, like I was saying before, helping people. Therapy. Right now, I'm working with individuals who might have a history of homelessness and mental illness. Like, I really like that, but I've started to realize, do you see yourself doing this for like the next 20 years? That's when it got real for me, and I'm like, honestly, no. So I think for me, it's a balance between chasing your dream, but money and stability is at the forefront. So my way of being cautious about that is clearly keeping my current job, but starting to invest in myself on how to, have my own private practice, how to do consulting.
But so ultimately, and I don't mean to, so ultimately, y'all answering the question as if right now. I mean, like, because ultimately you're doing all that to do what? Because ultimately, what's the big plan?
Honestly, and it doesn't work for everyone. Mm-hmm. Honestly, the big plan is for me to, have a standard 9 to 5 and then have a private practice on the side. Like to be, and this is different for different people. My goal isn't to honestly have a private practice full time, because going back to, I think it was Rose, well, it might not have been you, but sometimes you can genuinely enjoy something, and then when it starts to be motivated by money or by demands of other people, you lose your desire for it. And I don't want to ever lose my desire for public speaking or for helping individuals. So my way of having the best of both worlds is starting my own private practice, opposed to getting a part-time job doing the same thing, where I can craft it for what I want it to be. So if I decide that I want to see clients on the weekend or clients on the evening, I can. And if I decide I don't want to, I don't. You know, if I want to do a speaking engagement at a given conference or an event or a festival or school, I can. And if I decide that I don't want to book for 2 or 3 months, you know, I'm open to it. So I actually agree with you, but it seems like it's on a smaller scale, because you chasing your dream is for it to influence, you know, your entire life. With me, and again, it's different for individuals. I'm actually, content isn't the word, but I am satisfied with, you know, working how I'm working. I definitely can see myself working in a different sector years from now, but for me, I do find joy in, you know, working.
So Sequoia already knows what her why is. And that's pretty, and that's what I feel like. You already know what your purpose is. You already have your plan. That's difficult for a lot of people. So you are, I don't know, I wouldn't even say that you're like a minority in the case, because some people do know what the hell they want to do. I feel like I know what I think I know what, because next week I might have a whole nother business venture. Also, I want to be a boss bitch, okay? I want to be an entrepreneur. But, and it's not even on the scale. What you say, Lauren?
I said what you already are.
I don't be, but I don't never, surprisingly, I don't be thinking like that. But nonetheless, it's not, all it's about, the what is your why, is all about not what scale you want to be on, how big you want to be. It's starting to live your life solely for your purpose and your happiness. That's what I mean by what is your why. If you know what your purpose is, if you know you want to be a nurse, you don't have to be the fucking Nurse Betty. TV show. I know, right? Nurse Betty. Right, but you get what I'm saying. You don't have to, and it's not. And just like Candy said, I don't want a mom and pop. Use mom and pop shop because that's like a small business. A small business is what's up. Like that's okay, but you're happy with opening up your shop, and that's all that fucking matters. Yes, I may say I want to have it on a bigger scale or whatever, but that's just me personally.
Right.
But what I can't fuck with is if people say, I'm a bit, why you spell pussy. I can't deal with people not trying. That's what I can't fuck with. I can't, and then complaining or being unhappy or being miserable. Because what did you do to not be miserable? Or what did you do to reach your goal? You know what I'm saying? So let's keep on moving. So we already answered that, money or stability. So everybody except for me said money or stability.
Well, I think
I'm all about chasing my dreams because I feel like the money will come. It's people that you rich one day, you broke the next day. Your credit score shows that, right? Because you get 700 one day and then you 400 the next day. But it can change like that. So that's why I never get wrapped up on money per se, because I feel like it's plenty of ways I could go find me a nigga real quick with my money if it was about money. But at the same time, I want to be happy, you know. If asked today, am I going to ask y'all to do this? No, I'm not, unless you want to. But I put this on here on purpose. If asked today, would you showcase or share your talent with the group? But they say if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, and that's real shit. Because if you are, who's going to market yourself or your business better than you? And I feel like I honestly feel like I could sell water to a well. So if I could sell water to a well, I could sell Tahira to anybody. And so that's why I feel like, why you water to a well?
What would a well?
A well, like a well with water in it. A water well.
I thought it was a well because whales already live in the ocean full of water.
Or it could be, no, it's a well because water is already in the well. So how can you sell water?
It can work both ways.
I mean, it can work both ways.
Either way, I can sell it to the well in the water. The well in the water. How about that? Nonetheless, I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna say. See, y'all can't. But nonetheless, we have to promote ourselves, but we have to market ourselves. And I said when you showcase your talent, because although I had anxiety, although it's a lot of times where I have conversations with Candace, especially Tamla, especially. I say that because it's hard. I feel like it's harder for me to push them for whatever reason. But
So that's my question.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't feel like I'm a talker. I'm not comfortable with it. But I feel like I have something valuable, and obviously, like, I can do certain things. Like, how would you offer that? If I don't feel like I can, like, I don't have the energy. I'm not interested in trying to sell you something. Like, I don't feel like doing that.
who knows what the Walmart CEO looks like? Anybody know?
No.
How much money Walmart made? Anybody know? A fucking lot, right? Do you have to be in the
front.
limelight to be successful? We already know that. Some people's personality can help market their brand. However, your talent can speak for itself.
Also,
If you,
I would also like to say something, because I do not confess to be a talented person. I can't sing. A talented person. I can't sing. I can't.
talented.
Yeah,
but
I
you
can't.
smart as shit.
And so that's my point.
Okay.
Like, so my point is, it's for those of us who be like, oh, you need to find your niche and then go and sell it and go make money off of it. You don't always have to. Like, because me, I'm the type of person, when I say I'm a supportive friend, I am a supportive friend. Like, I will throw my money at, like, her right
So
here.
that's called an investor.
Exactly. Like, I don't have a talent, but I see people who
That's
have
a
a great
talent.
talent, and I will support it. Like this one right here, Rose. Girl can never make fondant.
Being a good friend is a fucking talent, first of all. Hello?
Takes some work.
Hello?
Takes work. Takes work.
Okay.
Girl can. 5-year-old daughter wanted a fondant cake. Buddy made fondant cake. Like, she is just creative. So when she says, hey, Fee, I got this business thing I'm doing. I looked online. I did the research. I got such and such together. Like, got a whole
How can you
plan.
not invest in
Right.
that?
And so, but I don't have the,
work.
but my point is, I don't have the, I didn't think of that. I didn't go online. I didn't wake up one day and say, how I want to make fucking fondant for my 6-year-old kid because I don't have kids.
What's up with the investment group, Lauren? What's up? We got a person over here.
But I will support you. And I think, like, for those, because I know this is like live and going out, for those people who can't draw, can't sew, can't come up with a podcast and get a group of girls to come out here and support.
You're not in front of the camera. There's ways of helping behind the camera.
Correct, and that is also, I would guess, a quote unquote talent. So that's my point.
No, I was gonna say I love what you said, because I think that one of my personal strengths is being supportive. Like,
Right.
I'm great in a supportive role.
Right.
I think I naturally have leadership skills, but I'm not necessarily comfortable being a
Correct.
leader. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So for me, that's like, okay, I know that I couldn't run. I don't think that I could. Maybe I could, but I'm confident. I can confidently say that I am not confident running my own business by myself.
Know your
You know what I'm saying?
and your strengths.
Exactly.
Right,
And that's
right,
okay,
and that's
but,
okay.
like,
Yeah, you don't have to be
for
out
some
there.
people that'll make them feel less than. Like, for me, that doesn't. It's like, I know your lane. Like, know your lane, know your niche, whatever that is, and like be happy in that.
Be the best at it. Yeah.
Like, be the best that you can be in that. And like, if you have aspirations to maybe one day like step outside, then that's what you can work towards that, and like surround yourself
with people. Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, get yourself a mentor. Like, I was telling Tahira, like, that's one of my.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
2019 goal. I want to have like 3 different mentors. Like, mentors really make a difference, because you know they have that knowledge and that wisdom, and they can connect you.
They
to
made the
people
mistakes
that-
for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's real. Okay, so let me ask this. It says, so I said before about money and stability, but then I said, are you willing to be a struggling entrepreneur or starving artist, which we already know you're not. But then I put it on you for you 9-to-5ers. Because if you're not willing to be a struggling artist and you want these 9-to-5s, if you went into these 9-to-5s and these corporate America jobs, which I like to call the rat race, are you willing to work from the bottom to work your way up?
I would say yes.
That's bullshit.
I would say,
you're not willing to work for yourself.
My
you still get that check. That's what that is.
No, I don't care to be an entrepreneur. Like, it's fine. I feel like no shade. I feel like it's the trend nowadays. And you know, like, some people may have started at different times and stuff. I don't care to be that. I'm fine with working my 9-to-5. Like, some days I want to be like, eventually I kind of want to open up like a private practice, I guess you could say. I want to have like my own business, or so I don't know like particularly what, but it's helping, you know, people. But I want to start, like, I'm a CNA. I've been working my way up, you know, like, I mean, I'm currently doing that, but that's not the only thing that I do. I'm fine with
So
working
yes.
my way up.
So yes,
I
and
don't
that's
like
and that's
working
all-
for somebody,
and that's
but
fine. Hold on, you don't like working for somebody, but you don't want to be an entrepreneur.
No, I don't.
But
I
I
know
think
it's
that's
weird,
fair. Like, I don't
but-
feel like it's bad to say, like, if that's how she
Nothing's
feels.
bad to say on appropriately.
You know, like that whole stuff.
And that's a real thing. I always say everybody can't be an employee. Some people are an employer, and that's fine.
But
And I'm not.
selling stuff is not the only way to be an entrepreneur. One,
Right.
because if you did want to be your own practice, you can. You just
You ain't
market
gotta
it
show up
yourself.
to
You
them
just don't
motherfuckers
have that
every day.
name from
You hire good
Target.
workers.
You selling toilet paper yourself. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. Or providing a service by coaching or having your own group of mentees. You don't have to like work under somebody to mentor people. You can go out and find kids that you don't. I'm just using, I don't know if anybody here wants to be a mentor, but I'm just saying, I struggled very hard with leaving my job. I hated it. I would have anxiety. But then when I saw the opportunity, I was like, when I'm younger, I'm going to go ahead and do it.
And who else motivates?
Do I struggle right now with it?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
yeah.
How many talks we gotta have a goddamn day?
Because I'm used to my weekly
Yeah.
paycheck, which came in every week
It's a
by
good check.
Thursday
It's a good
morning. And it was a very good check.
Mhm.
And now it's like, well, now I'm staying up at night because I'm like, but I keep reminding myself and using
Hello.
my sister because she's used to being broke and I'm not.
Oh my god! I'm a hustler, motherfucker.
Okay.
And I'm starting from the bottom.
Like-
Catch me in a year or two.
I've been doing for this long that maybe
But
I
outside
can
of
too, and I know I still have talents that if I needed to go back and work, then I will go back and work.
I do have to motivate, and I motivate, and that's the whole thing. Like I want to motivate all of you because I have to motivate myself every day. Motivate me too, my people. I'm sorry, I'm tipsy a little bit, but motivate me too because it's very hard to self motivate. I do
Yes.
sometimes
Yeah.
get caught up in that because I'm quick to motivate everybody else just because you know, y'all can tell how my mindset is. I want everybody to be great. Okay, so with that being said, we have to motivate each other, and I do constantly have to motivate her, and she has to understand. Like with us getting into these like flipping houses or whatever, you can be temporarily broke for 6 or 7 months or whatever, or 5
6
months.
days too long for me. I feel
And
like
right,
I
and
can
that's why I had that. That's why I had that question.
Go eat what I
Okay,
wanna
so
eat.
if as today. That's kind of like a challenge, okay? So a part of the podcast, I have these segments, okay? One of the segments are, business tips. We kind of talked about it a little bit. I said identify your strength and use that as your springboard. That's your strength or your talent. I think we got had some revelations today because a couple of people figured out what Fee said she's going to invest in my business. Oh, no, you didn't say that. All right, so my business, so it's a couple of my segments. One of my segments is going to be there's money to be made. That's a hashtag I've been using for a while because there's so much fucking money out there to be made. Can we get it, please? So the business tips that I have are consistency and self-motivation because everybody, oh, this sounds good. Oh, I want to do this. And then it lasts for 6 months. And then as soon as something hard, your business gone. Oh, grand opening, grand closing is what Jay-Z said. And that's real shit because you open it up with all this enthusiasm. And as soon as some hard shit happens, you're done. So you have to self-motivate and you have to be consistent. You have, it's me and Tamu, we have been, we relaunched our podcast. We relaunched our boutique business a year ago. And whole time, the winter time, we was like struggling a little bit because we weren't able to vent. We could have easily been like, well, we ain't making no money right now. And I said, no. What's the promotions we can do? What can we do online? So consistency is ideal because as soon, even like with the real estate, I took my real estate class. As soon as I failed that test, I let it fall by the wayside. You know what I'm saying? But so now if I go back, I'm starting from scratch. So that's why it kind of goes back to with them 3 things you do every day. 3 things about research, Google 3 things about investing to see if that's something that you. Google rental places for. I don't fucking know, but do something that contributes or adds to you, whatever it is your purpose or passion is. Okay, please do. That's your homework, right? That's your homework for the day, and that's the business tip. And I also have a segment called Reality Check because social media gets on my fucking nerves because everybody is so phony. Okay, everybody only posts. How many people post pictures without makeup and filters? Raise your hand. Candace, you ain't been wearing makeup your whole life.
I was gonna say, yeah.
With your brown.
know.
I mean, not saying we all aren't, but think about how. But think about. Okay, so just think. Okay, let's be real. Hashtag reality check. This is a segment. Think about when you post a picture. Who won't like it? Why they say this? Is anybody gonna think that nobody thinks like that? Everybody is okay. After you post every how often, but you don't post that often though either, right? So that's one person though. But everybody else, how do y'all feel when y'all don't? Also, y'all don't give a fuck about none of y'all. I'm one of the most not giving a fuck fuckest person if that was the thing. So that's why I have the segment called reality check, because nobody posts the real, right? Well, yeah. Okay, Sam.
But then it's just like,
So yeah,
but then it's just
it
like,
depends on what avenue you're doing it for.
So this is what. Tell me.
So if it's for business and stuff, yeah, be phony.
Oh, yes.
and
No,
be,
we know that.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
nicer to people that don't.
Yeah, and then so, but if you also have a business page on your social media, but you also have a personal, everyone on that business page is going to see. Oh, I want to see who's behind it,
And my page is
and they're
private.
gonna go to your personal.
My page is
And
private.
this social media influencer I spoke to like a couple months back is like, she said that people are turned off when they can't see the real you.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to know, ooh, how many kids she has. Does she have a boyfriend? Does she have a
Does
husband?
she argue
Does
with
she
it?
relate?
Like,
Right,
we
so they
see
want to
that.
be, you know,
they
kind of
want to
like
relate to you.
Exactly.
they want to relate to you. It's like reality TV. That's
And
the
we know
majority
reality
of
isn't really
what's
real, but
right. But still, that's what.
But
If
we
you look
like
at it in
perception.
ratings,
It gives that
you know what I'm
perception.
saying?
But
You know what I mean?
but also you have to, I guess, for me, get in that mindset that social media isn't a tell all about your life.
Why though?
Why do you want it to be?
So it's based upon what you want it to be.
Correct.
Okay.
That's
so
it's
why
social.
not post it? So this is why I have a problem with that,
Okay.
Felicia, because it's so many of these thought buckets, right?
Mhm.
That they have these bodies, have these.
Mhm.
I'm tricking, but I live this life. I do that, but they ain't showing the niggas that they have. They ain't showing. You
But
know
that's
what I'm
the
saying?
ugly.
So it's like, but yet these young girls think that
That's
I
real.
can attain this or I can do this, and this they're not seeing the in between. And when they don't get that, how are they going to deal with it?
But and so that's why I also think with these social medias, there should be some type of pamphlet of education on what social media is about, because
That is
again
90%
because before it was social media, we had social events, and when you do a social event, it is a catered or topic event, like this event right here. It's curated.
Mm-hmm.
And, but the difference is we just put this on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So
You can put
why?
whatever you want on
And
it.
you can right, but you could do whatever you want in your social event like this.
Yes.
You created it. You wanted. You didn't know you was gonna bring T2 Boutique. Sorry, here, but you said, oh, it's an opportunity. Let me do it because this is a social event. This is not anything personal. I control this. However, there needs to be some dialogue, some pamphlet, some educational tip of, hey,
Stop being stupid.
correct.
To be honest, I think people do know it's
People
fake.
do know, but they're only going
I
to.
don't no. I don't think so. I think adults do, but when you bring
Children.
because kids have access. Everybody got a phone. Nowadays, 6-year-olds got a phone because their parents want to give them a phone,
And
let
they
them know what's
believing what they see. That's the
correct.
problem.
And so because they're being exposed
Maybe
to,
my children are different because they call them clout chasers.
Because
So
you
they
got-
she has educated. When I
Yeah.
tell
So
you,
that's the problem. That's kind of, and that's a whole
Because the
other.
thing is, a lot of parents, a lot of kids who's listening or looking at Instagram got their parents right next to them looking at it. They got their children taking their thought.
And I
But
think
that's good, because y'all
Exactly.
have to go
It's
into
an
two other topics.
Look,
But
correct,
that's
correct,
it.
and
So
social media,
right.
So we gonna come back to that.
that's what Kara was saying earlier when she was like, basically the generation is screwed because they
Oh,
have a
yes.
false sense
Y'all know y'all
of
sound old as shit. 'Cause
reality.
that's what our parents used to say. But we see
But
it,
I mean,
right?
Kara, how old are you?
if you don't mind.
26. I mean, I'm 26 also. So
I love it.
Y'all. But look, let me.
But no, I
go
feel
ahead,
like
go ahead.
you know
And I
how
want-
she
I
was
want to
saying
say
like
something to Candace.
they have way different mindset. Like, and I almost
Social media contributes.
social
to that,
media does. Their lack of parenting does.
Oh, well.
It's so many different aspects or contributions that contribute.
Right, because we can't put it all on social media, because social media is there to entertain.
But
Correct.
they're lost. They need to be
However,
found.
that's why I created this segment called Reality Check for all that bullshit. Because I want to challenge people to be real on social media. We know that we can control what we put on social media. That's why I want you to control putting a very real thing on social media.
Why?
Fuck with anybody. Because
But what do you
it's taking
consider
yourself-
real?
So
What
let
is
me.
real
So this
to
is
you?
the challenge. So each
Okay.
segment, we're gonna have a reality check challenge. Okay? Do you have to do it? Of course not. Would I like for you to do it? Of course, yes. Okay? But reality check for this particular topic is, what is the real reason you won't chase your dreams? And then what is your biggest fear? That's the question. But the challenge is to post a pic or video showcasing your talent, skill, passion, or your why. Okay? Now that can be 10 seconds. Fix your face. Sound like you're right now. So yes, I'll say it again. So the reality, that was the other hashtag, reality check challenge. Post a pic or video showcasing your talent, skill, passion, or your why. If you get 3 likes, don't delete it. If you get 3 views, don't. If you get 0, I don't care. But it's to take yourself out of your comfort zone. This is a challenge for me as well, okay? So whatever you wrote down, whatever you thought about, whatever you talked about as your talent, your skill, or your passion, you could get on there and do a quick little story because you know it'll delete in 24 hours. But you do a quick story that say, today, you know, I decided that my passion is this. Think about how many people you see on social media that's explaining these things. That we follow, we double tap. Why can't we be that person? Not because we care about the likes, but just because we're stepping outside of our comfort zone and we're putting it out in the universe. Okay? So that's your reality check challenge. Post a pic showcasing your talent, skill, passion, or your why. Every time I do an episode, I'm going to have a reality check challenge, okay? And I challenge you all. I might have to do a contest or something for those who do it, or mine, but just do it, goddamn it, okay? People who live in the right now or who can't see plans long term will have a hard time being successful because they won't survive the struggle or the starving artist phase. People can't understand the concept of being temporarily broke in order to build generational wealth. So, everybody not like the Trumps and shit like that, but think about if Amari Hardwick, who used to fucking be an extra on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, or fucking Tyler Perry, who lived in his car, or all of these people who couldn't handle that starving artist phase and decided to go in 9 to 5, what will we be lacking, right? Think about what you're taking away from society and the community by not being uncomfortable. Be quiet, Felicia. This is my moment. Okay, say no. No, what you want to say? No, tell me. Hold on. First of all, tell people what your career is, so then maybe we can.
She's very
being
black
smart
and
about,
white.
smart about finances. So she's gonna say, "Go to work, goddamn."
I was gonna say, take your monkey ass to work.
Yeah.
No, but so what I do, I'm a financial analyst for a government contracting company. I create pricing models for the government for us to bid on different projects for the government. So I wanted to back up too with something. Sorry, Tara. When you said if you want to work in a 9 to 5, are you okay with starting from the bottom? Mm-hmm. And I think that's subjective. Not subjective. I think that's depending on what 9 to 5 you're going to. Like I think
Sequoia,
Kira,
mm-hmm.
being be in the medical field, you can't just go up and say I want to be a RN. Or I want to be a neonatologist.
Yes.
Like you have to go to school. You have to be a resident. Then you have to do specific steps. Now, however, for somebody like me, I have been to school. I've got my master's or whatever. So you can't put me in a mailroom because I have paid already, and I had no, and essentially,
so you did start from the bottom.
Essentially, I was just gonna say, essentially, I did start from the bottom, but not in the company aspect, but more so the educational aspect, mm-hmm. because you said, hey, well, society has said, hey, you need such and such degree to get this position. I have that, so don't put me in the mailroom.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that was to that point, and then
black girl magic.
Hello.
Okay. So just to let y'all know, so I have a couple of segments. Like I said, there's money to be made is one of the segments that I was going to talk about. Business tips. We kind of went over that. Business tips to take from this episode is consistency and self-motivation. Okay. Reality check is also a segment that I'm also always going to have. I hope you guys participate. # reality check challenge. Post a pic showcasing your talent, skill, or passion and your why. So, and then I'm going to end this segment. I'm going to end every episode with a dropping jewels, okay? Dropping jewels is my segment to close out every episode. Dropping jewels is what I consider to be, I guess, my advice piece or whatever, my motivational piece or whatever. It says, is there an expiration date for chasing your dreams? One of the hardest things for me to do was close my studio. I was so worried about what people were going to think, how, and if I would start again, would this be bad for business? And what I've learned through every tough situation, because I deal with a lot of, my mother says all the time, if it wasn't for bad luck, you would have no luck at all. However, I find optimism in every single situation, no matter how bad it is, okay? I always feel like it's a lesson to be learned. You don't have time for the woe is me. You think about people whose situations are way worse than yours, and you find optimism in that particular situation. If everything came easy to me, how could I appreciate my success? If I didn't experience failure now, how could it make for a better story? We know that people who are born into money and things like that, when they're told no, that's like unheard of for them. But people who have dealt with the struggle, their experiences and their stories are so much greater. So 1 year, so after I closed my studio, I actually called slobbering, snotting, everything Lauren. I called her, and it was like one of the most traumatic situations for me, because to open my studio was such a huge dream and such a new beginning, and I literally opened it up with $15,000 in a passion, okay? So for me to close it actually kind of made sense, because I didn't have any clue about what I was doing. But what I didn't understand is that in order to be successful, you have to sometimes deal with some type of failure. So 1 year after I closed my studio, I rented a space. I had auditions for my first children's competition team. My dancers won first place in numerous competitions, and they got scholarships. One of my dancers went to Debbie Allen's Dance Academy. I can't even think right now. Thank you, Wine. And next week I'm relaunching my adult classes on April 12th. Okay? So what I could have did in that moment was cried, drink a couple of bottles of wine, and never started again. But what I did was I revamped my brand and decided to start again. So as I drop jewels, again I say, is there an expiration for you chasing your dreams? The best thing you can do is try and fail, and the worst thing you can do is not try at all. So I want you all, as I wrap this up, to please take advantage of the reality check challenge and just be your own boss, whether you make millions or thousands. We ain't making hundreds, we're making at least thousands, okay? Thousands or millions, but nonetheless, truly be happy in everything that you do. Oh, I got a tagline, y'all. Tell me what you think about it. It's, hold on, wait, I got it. It is, shit, I don't even, okay, it is always appropriate to be, on this show, it is always appropriate to be inappropriate. What do y'all think about that? You like that? Appropriate to be inappropriate. It is all on there, but I had to say it's on this show, because it's not always appropriate to be inappropriate, but on this show, it is always appropriate to be inappropriate. So, girls, I thank you all for being here. I thank you all for contributing. I feel like I'm about to get emotional because I'm sensitive all the goddamn time, but I'm not.
Don't cry.
I'm not. But I love y'all, and I need your feedback. And don't come up and show up today and not listen to my goddamn podcast and not tell people about it, okay?
No.
Okay, but then everybody said, yeah, let's give a round. Does everybody, so even if you didn't come away from this knowing what your why is, at least there's some type of thought going on in your head as to how we can exhibit that. So be sure to, before we're done, I want to also do something where anybody can promote whatever the fuck you want to promote. So please promote. Anybody have anything you want to promote?
At Beyond CJ.
If you
aren't already following us on Instagram, at Beyond__CJ.
All right.
For all your needs, whatever you need. If it's not listed, I'll make it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I need everybody to do it again, just in case.
Okay.
The other one is doing. Go ahead, Corn.
Okay. So I sell paparazzi jewelry. I'm an independent consultant. All of my pieces are $5. I do home parties. I do online sales as well. Sequoia Alexander, you can find me on Facebook or Living, Laughing, Loving on Instagram. And I also have the children's book. Thank you, Rose, and thank you for Candace for bringing it back to the forefront. You know, when I grow up, I'm going to college, and it's on Amazon and Author House. So if you have students that you want me to read to, church group you want me to read to, I love to do that more than anything. Okay. Yeah. And I have an activity that goes along with the book reading.
Oh, right, and before the next person goes, so at the end of all of my segments, I'm going to also have a segment called Where's My Free-ish? So, if I invite you guys on, feel free to bring me some free shit. Thank you. A book. Okay, I would love some, like a hashtag AI or appropriately inappropriate is too long. So if you got that for the episode.
So AI,
I get this investor. I got an investor. I got you, my investor.
You got first dibs on that. I got first dibs on for you.
Get both of them.
Who Who else plugging?
Let me put
Go
in
ahead,
my
Rose.
plugs.
Go ahead, Rose.
Do we have a limit?
No.
She got so many.
She got everything.
I am a serial entrepreneur.
Yes.
I am also a children's author. I have a book series. Book 2 was released. It's called No Junk Food Zone. I'm on Instagram. Follow Mary Lou, MARILOU. Follow Mary Lou. So I'm on Instagram. And I am an event planner, also on Instagram. It's called Bell Events. And I too have a podcast. Trim
Oh, so
Chicks.
you coming on? Trim. Wait a minute. Does that mean you gotta be skinny?
No.
Wait a minute, because I'm a little bit heavy.
Oh my God.
No. It's about just starting your own business. Season 1 we did like the struggle.
Oh, you got a whole season. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
wrapped up season 4 and I'm at a crossroads. I was trying to syndicate it. I was trying to syndicate it, but I was just like, I'm at a crossroads where I don't know.
I know she.
Also, I would like to plug another business.
Wait a minute, Katie. We're not going to keep plugging CJ, sir.
I was actually going to say, before you leave, make sure you stop at T2 Boutique.
Hey.
They're popping up with some jewelry, whatever you need. They also have clothes, but, you know,
Yes.
check the
Thank you, Bo.
check the page for that at T2Boutique.
Yeah, we
At
gonna say
Instagram. What's your Instagram,
At
Tim?
T2 Boutique, at T2_boutique,
Perfect.
or shop T2boutique.com.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, since we segued to you, did you have anything that you wanted to promote?
I make clothing for all the stylish women in Baltimore and beyond.
And what's your business name?
It's Sweet as Tamu.
Okay, what else you got popping?
We're flipping a house. Well, we're finished flipping a house, and we're about
We're
to go.
flipping houses. We are. You gotta make it sound good.
That's the humility kicking in.
Say it with passion.
I'm not
Say it
a
like you mean
self-promoter,
it.
unfortunately, but
Oh my goodness.
That's cool.
T2 Investments LLC. You're gonna look
Know
out for
your
that
role.
soon.
Know your role.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Kid Quincy,
So
what you
cute.
got for us to wrap it up?
I'm just here, just listening, just taking it all in.
And that's important. She's being a supportive friend. Yes. That's important for all you terrible friends out there. You are.
We know
We got
who
an
you
episode
are.
for that.
We
Don't
know
worry.
who you
We'll
are.
have a checklist. Okay.
I like that.
Ebo.
I am a real estate agent. I currently am inactive, but I'm in the process of becoming reactive.
Hey.
That's awesome.
Probably by next week, I will have more information to give for how to contact me as the real estate agent.
Let's rephrase that. Starting next week, she will have more information because on her homework,
Oh, yes.
that's her 3 things.
Y'all
to
gotta
do
start to
get
manifest
that
these dreams.
Contact
Yes, Lord.
information, okay? That if will forever be there. Let's get shit done. Go ahead, Elva. Wrap it up.
Well, I just want to thank you all for coming out to see me. It's been great. We love you. Let's give it up for Tia. I love what you say.
She only did that because she know I'm overly sensitive. That's why she had to.
No. But I just
No,
wanted
no,
to say that I'm just so happy that, you know, Tiara, she's a planner, y'all. And she tries to run away from
I
that
don't want that
role, but
role.
she keeps saying she don't want it, but she's so great at it, right? She brought us all together, and so I'm thankful that, you know, we all came out. I think this was really empowering, and I want to just say kudos to you. I think you have really something great going here.
Very inspiring.
So I want you to keep this up, and I'm here to support you and help you with whatever and all of that. And this was wonderful. So, ladies, thank you for sharing. Thank you for, you know, expressing yourself and being here in this community that we're building. We have to stick together and not because nobody else. But we're so important. We're so essential. Black women are the future, y'all, right? So let's keep this going and let's spread our love and our energy.
Yeah. Say okay. Yes. So be sure to follow at Misty1128 and at Beyond__CJ. Go live and be sure to follow #SipAndCraft Girl Talk and #Appropriately Inappropriate. So thank you again, guys. I hope you enjoy. On this show, it is always appropriate to be inappropriate.